Just warning you, this is a spoiler review because I want to talk about the movie because I saw it. I'm not going to tease you. I mean, that's what a trailer's for. Sorry if the trailer failed you, but this is spoiler talk. Let's dive into it.
Here's to honor among thieves. We almost pulled it off, despite what everybody thought.
Wait for them to ask you who you know.
They're gonna blame us for the whole thing. We're the patsies. Don't forget, we're the bad guys.
Welcome to the show. This is Movie Talk with Anthony Horde. Just want to update you guys on what I've seen recently, and let's just talk about it. Well, basically me just talking about it, you guys listen. But if you guys have any comments or anything, just go ahead and message me on my Facebook account, Instagram account, however you want to do it, video, Snapchat, whatever the snap deal that you all do. But let's dive into it. Yesterday, I saw Suicide Squad for the first time. Actually looking forward to it. I've seen the Superman film. I saw the Superman vs. Batman film, aka Dawn of Justice, which I prefer that title. And then the Suicide Squad. So I was a bit confused when this movie was being advertised because there was some speculation on it. Everybody was just like tearing the trailer apart on YouTube, and they were saying like, oh, Batman got rid of his guns on the Batmobile. This must be like before, like when he's actually beating people up, and like, you know, this film is like way before Superman vs. Batman. And I was like, all right. So this made a lot of sense because not having guns on the Batmobile and not being lethal like he was in Dawn of Justice, that Batman was a lot younger. He was able to beat more people up, take less damage just because he was more limber, fast, just young. Everything a young man can do.
What's the difference between you and me?
I'm not wearing hockey pads.
And then Dark Knight.
Tell me, do you bleed? You will.
That is a different Batman. That is an older Batman. A Batman on the verge of bankruptcy in the films.
Oh, shit.
Time is just catching up with him, so he needs to use guns. He needs to use rubber bullets, whatever he can, to just be more efficient, which I think is fantastic. I mean, a guy that just looks like he could be a kid superhero, which most people consider him, but then he just has freaking guns and tactics that just kill people. I think that's fantastic because you can't be taking too many hits that age. You know, sometimes you just got to be a Clint Eastwood and just point your Colt 45 at kids that are being ridiculous. I'm just kidding. Not really.
Shit. Now, hey, Pops. Shut up, pussy. These guys don't want to be your bro, and I don't blame them. Now get your old fade patty ass on down the road.
So there was that speculation that it was a prequel, given that Batman didn't have guns on his Batmobile, which is kind of out there when you think about it and talk about it like I just did. But anyways, moving on. Saw the cast. Interested to see that Will Smith was casted.
Y'all jokers must be crazy.
I mean, nothing against Will Smith. I love him. But it was just interesting. I was like, all right, so Deadshot has always been like, I don't know, from what I've seen, just a normal hitman that's capable of fighting Batman. But it was cool to see Will Smith because that means to me in the trailer, all right, they're going to try to take this character really seriously. And he was pretty much shown throughout the whole trailer, so I'm guessing he's going to be one of the main characters in this. And then we saw Harley Quinn, portrayed by Margot Robbie. Not blown away by the casting, but I just agreed with it. When I saw Harley Quinn, I was like, all right, this actress, she seems like she can do it. She looks crazy in the eye. So, you know, actors and actresses, they're actors and actresses, so they're bound to do good at their part because they need to be that character. But that doesn't always happen. Anyways, didn't agree with her outfit. I think everything from the waist up was appropriate. Everything from the waist down, let's just say I didn't need to see like ass hanging out the whole time. I thought it was a bit ridiculous and gratuitous. Like, let's just say the camera was angled at a point in time throughout the film where, okay, this director really just wants to show off her butt. And I was just like, this is kind of stupid. Like, she just has like a strong presence. You're just taking that away. You're just like, all right, she's also an item. Like, think about her in this way. So, personal opinion, don't think that was cool. But she had a really freaking badass gun. She carried a bat around. I was surprised that she was actually on the battlefield. She was actually kicking some ass. So that was pretty impressive. I liked how they handled all the characters. Killer Croc.
I'm beautiful.
He was cool, but yet I feel like wasn't used much in the film. Like, I kind of don't know why he was there. He was more just an expendable character, but yet he wasn't expendable because all he could do was swim for the team. I mean, he wasn't even really the muscle. Like, he was shown fighting with what he's got, but not really there to do anything besides walk like a gangster, which, don't get me wrong, might be cool to other people, but to me that was just like, what is he doing here? So now let's talk about Jai Courtney, casted as the Boomerang guy.
Oh, yeah, you're the fire bloke, eh? Well, looky here. Fire!
Really good job. I was really happy with his performance. Compared to previous roles, I really just know him from the Die Hard series. Just one movie, actually, the worst one. I think, was it A Good Day to Die Hard? The Russia one? Yeah, so he played John McClane's son. Didn't mind that, just the movie overall sucked. Anyways, it's good to see him in a completely different role. Like, I've seen him just play the tough guy just because he has that presence. He's kind of witty, and this is just a character. Like, he really took on a character that I enjoyed watching him just play. I liked the Boomerang guy. He was fun. Definitely liked the Asian chick. She was cool because typically with a background story like hers, it's reversed. It's usually the guy that loses his wife or something in movies, and then he's always like on the hunt to go like avenge his wife or even go save his wife if she's still alive. But this was different because it was a girl and she was Asian and she had a samurai sword, and her husband's soul was trapped inside the sword that she carries around. So like, it was cool. She was having moments where she was talking to the sword and just like having sympathetic moments and just getting like the revenge look in her eyes, like when she's at the battlefield. So like, all these characters, they're awesome. The world was beautiful. Like, the expansion to the DC universe, they did not mess it up. The only thing I disagree with somewhat throughout the whole film is the pacing. I feel like the pacing was just so fast. Like, there were moments where I feel like there was danger, but the characters didn't seem like they were in danger. So, I mean, that could be a part of the process, but I know a movie when I see it. I know moments when I see it, and I know when I drop my jaw when I see it. But I didn't really drop my jaw. Like, there was a moment, let's say in the trailer, where the helicopter is getting lit up for these guys to go into battle or something like that. In the trailer, you see that. This helicopter falls down, and the Suicide Squad's in it. They're tumbling around, they're strapped in, and they get out, and Harley Quinn says, "Ooh, that was a fun ride." So I was expecting, like, you know, a cool crash scene. But no, it was literally the same length as the trailer in the actual film. Like, I don't know, it was just weird. It was just too quick. I just feel like when you're watching a movie, moments like that need to be drug out, even though you know our heroes, villains, whatever, are going to survive. You know our heroes are going to survive. I mean, the reason why the movie's 2 hours, or 2.5 hours, I don't even know. They're going to survive. But while we're in these moments, I wish the editing was just a bit longer, so that way you could enjoy it and be like, oh wow, they survived a crash. Not like, a crash happened and now they're moving. Like, that's what it felt like. The movie was just being rushed. Like, they had objectives, they did it, and we're done. And sometimes it was a bit jarring. I was like, what the heck am I watching? Because the camera was just too close. Like, I remember seeing a few movies recently where they pulled the camera back and you could see a lot more, and it may be more expensive to do that, but you know what? Get the choreography down and just show me everything. When I saw Will Smith shooting his gun, like, in the streets, shooting all those alien/human things, that was good. That was solid, because they had an equal balance of close-ups, showing the character, like, that he can do it, and then going wide and showing him just go crazy. Like, he was killing guys within the same screen that he was aiming at, and you could just see that it's happening. You understand. And other people just didn't get their limelight. There were some cool slow-mo moments that helped with that. That was cool. But then just jarring moments. That's all I have against this movie, is just I did not agree with the pacing and the editing. Like, it just felt too rushed, too quick. But besides that, I had a fun time. It was an excellent time. So I guess we can dive into the Joker talk. Everybody likes Joker, and I mean, it's been a big wait. I mean, not to mention Heath Ledger passed away, you know, and his performance was solid. Like, I'm sure that's very intimidating as an actor for Jared Leto to be like taking on the Joker. What is he going to do? How is he going to do it? And I'll tell you what, in this film, he does it in a way that's different. That's good. That's also weird, but not his fault with everything. It's a weird mix because movies aren't just actors and cameras. There is something called editing, and I'm gonna say it again. The editing made Joker a little bit awkward, and I say this because a day later after watching the film, I hear that there were some scenes that were cut out or some more dialogue that Jared Leto threw out there that just, I guess, was there because nobody's seen it yet until the DVD comes out. So I feel like I was gypped, even though I didn't know that there was extra footage. I felt like it. There was some weird moments. Some of the choices with dialogue, like the groaning and the hugga bugga bugga. I don't know what the heck he was saying, but he got his voice down there and said some weird stuff. Didn't agree with that. But everything else was amazing. The presentation, a young Joker, with his little walking stick and his jackets, his blingage. He was a gangster. He was actually a mob boss and getting involved in the underworld. It wasn't like other Jokers that I've seen where you just assume that he has all this extra time on his hands with money and just creating elaborate plans to kill the Bat or elaborate plans to destroy something. This Joker still has that dark evilness where he wants to destroy, he wants to watch the world burn, but definitely not, I mean, they're both chaotic, but they're just so different. You have to watch it to understand. Previous Jokers, they are just bound evil, and this one is more like a, man, how do you say that? I don't know, you just have to go enjoy this Joker for what it is. Do you feel like it's awkward at times? Yes, but overall, this Joker is awesome. He's definitely a cool adaptation. Hands down, Jared Leto did well. Hope to see future installments like the Batman film that's being filmed with Ben Affleck as a director and actor at the same time. Oh yeah. Anyways, I hope Joker gets a little bit of a makeover in that one. Like, not too much to where you realize, wow, they really changed it. People must not have liked it. Because I think people enjoy him. People must enjoy Jared Leto for this. I'm just saying there's some bits and pieces that were a bit awkward. But, yeah, so I'm excited to see him in future installments. Definitely a good Joker. Solid Joker. Now, let's dive into how the film explained Joker's relationship with Harley Quinn. Okay, so let's just talk about the movie. We're not going to talk about anything else. The movie did good. It was so just... It makes you feel so gut-wrenching watching this guy torture this girl and just manipulate her. Like, oh my goodness. This movie itself just represents people, you know, with the evilness within people. And not saying that everybody's bad, but we all have a bad side to us. And oh my gosh, just knowing stories and then seeing this movie, it's like, it's perfect. Because there's this evil dude just mind twisting, manipulating this girl, and then she just becomes hypnotized and obsessed with this guy that is just hurting her. You know, this relationship is not healthy at all. I mean, in the movie, Joker tells her to kill herself. And guess what? She does it, dude. She goes and ends everything for this guy. It is so wrong. And this guy walks off. Joker walks off. But guess what? Like in the trailer, it's already revealed. I mean, it's no big surprise. So, spoiler talk anyways. He goes in after her. I mean, and he didn't want to. He actually walked off, but he had a little moment where he's like, all right, this isn't right. I gotta go get her. So it just feeds into this cycle of just abuse. And it's crazy how they fit this into a PG-13 film. I'm not saying that other PG-13 films haven't done it. This was just done in a superhero movie done right. I mean, I like it. Joker and Harley Quinn are a perfect mess for each other, for characters, because I wouldn't want to see this relationship in real life. But on the movies, they did fantastic. I feel like Batman, I really liked him in the beginning with the Deadshot story, with the backstory. That was cool. Brilliantly done with the daughter. I mean, you could just see Will Smith's performance. He was just like, as the character Deadshot, man, I do not want to give this up, especially to the Batman. Like, you could see why he hates Batman, because he's in his way. It's not a personal vendetta, so it's like, it's not a hit. It's not like Deadshot usually has a hit on Batman. It's just Deadshot knows there's a Batman around, and when he really does not want to go back to jail or anything, like he wants to restart with his daughter and tries to convince his daughter he's changed, there's the Batman. And his daughter says go to Batman, like, you have to stop. And Deadshot, you could just see his eyes. It was a tearjerker. I was like, oh, this moment. And Batman was appropriately used. Now, with the Joker and Harley Quinn and Batman being on the car and everything, cool stunt. But the way they edited it, man, I did not feel what the heck was going on until they crashed into the river. I was like, okay, he's on top of the car. But then we didn't see that there was a river coming. We just saw Batman like freak out and shoot his bat thing off, or bat grapple, and just get off the car. And then we just find this car go off into the river. I'm like, okay, so I understand this happened, but I didn't see any build up to it, so I didn't feel the tension. And I'm just like, what's going on? Like, it was just those moments. These moments can happen, people. I want these moments to happen. But you have to film it correctly. Like, lead up to it. The build-up has to be there. Otherwise, I don't understand what is going on. I will just understand the aftermath of it. And that's what films have to fix. This movie would have been so much more solid for me. I think it would have been a AAA. I don't care what critics would have said. I would have said this movie is fantastic. But because of the pacing, I just felt left out sometimes. So, that's all. But great content. Great universe. I think so much hard work was put into this film. I want more from other universes. Like, going to this movie, I know that money is going to boost up whatever, these box office numbers or whatever they calculate to make the next film. Wonder Woman needs to come out. I think it looks amazing. We have a strong female character in whatever, like, I can't even put that to words. Like, when's the last time you saw a woman superhero film that was actually a standalone good one? Maybe Elektra, but even that one was like a bit far out. That's a different movie review. But let's just throw a DC one out there. Catwoman, Halle Berry, okay, maybe good casting, but that movie was complete crap. Who the heck? I feel like there was 20 directors on that. That vibe was everywhere. So Wonder Woman, you're gonna save the DC universe for women. I think it's going to be a good, solid movie just from the trailer, and I hope I'm correct. Otherwise, I'm wrong, and that's okay. But yeah, so that's what my review is on the movie of Suicide Squad. I think it was fun, fantastic. Go ahead and give me a comment on Facebook or whatever. This is my first podcast review. I just wanted to tell you guys what I thought of the movie. It was all around fun. Go see it. Don't bring your children underneath PG-13 or underneath PG, underneath the age of 13, because it just might be weird. There's some pretty dark stuff in this movie, which I can appreciate that's in for a PG-13. So go enjoy it. I would prefer you go to AMC Theater in the afternoon before 4 o'clock. I know that they have a $5 movie deal going on. Depends on what state you're in. They might have tax, they might not. But go ahead, get a popcorn, get a soda, get a drink, preferably not from the theater. Just put it in your purse from somewhere else, I don't know, from home, and bring it, because movie theaters are charging up the butt for all their goodies and snacks. Hashtag the Suicide Squad, and this is Anthony Horde wrapping up this podcast for review of Suicide Squad. Thank y'all, and hopefully you'll want to come back and hear me for the next one for an honest review, honest personal review from me to you. All right, mwah, peace.